So this is Surface Pro X. It's a cutting edge 2-in-1. We push the boundaries here. We believe this moves this category forward. It's 5.3 millimeters thin at its thinnest point. It's worth looking at if you can see that. I'll give you a view right here. It's pretty thin. It's incredibly light. Incredibly light. It's 1.68 pounds. You can see how easy it is to hold. It's got these gorgeous chamfered edges, so when you put it in your hand, it doesn't feel wonky. If you hold another 13-inch device like this, or a 15 or a 14, you can kind of get a little out of balance. But in this case, the most important thing was to bring that same balance. It also comes with this unmatched modern design, which is a pretty interesting sense for this product line. It's very different. And when you look at a product like this, for us, it's about craftsmanship. It's about pushing technology to that boundary. And for those customers who love to push the boundary, this is a perfect product. Start with the display on this product. This still has that same 12-inch chassis that people that use Surface Pro love. They love. We know that size matters. We don't want to mess with that. However, we have a 13-inch diagonal, so from corner to corner on this screen. We did this by making the thinnest bezels possible on a 2-in-1 and that are out there today. And so when you do that, you get all that screen real estate. It gets bigger. It's pretty incredible. But you also keep the same size in the product that matters. The beautiful high contrast on this screen with the high readability that comes with it, this is about staying in your flow on a product like this. What do you want to do? Get in, stay in. It's soft on the eyes, 2880 by 1920 resolution with 267 DPI. I know I geek out on stuff like that, but it is really, really, really powerful screen, and it's worth talking about just a little bit. How do you create a combination? How do you create a combination of pixels, performance, thinness, battery life? How does that all come together with constant LTE connectivity? Let me introduce you to the custom Microsoft SQ1 chipset. So this is a chip that we're super proud of course, but it brings together the Snapdragon Mobile DNA alongside an integrated AI accelerator. Now, ARM chips, they normally run at about the 2-watt range. So if you're using a phone today, it's probably pushing around 2 watts, maybe a little bit more, but not much. But we also know how important performance is to our customers, so we wanted to push power on this product. And with the design of Qualcomm's engineering team, they are amazing at what they can do. With SQ1, we pushed the boundary, and the ARM-based platform is starting at a 7-watt chipset, which then, changing the chip itself, re-engineering all the tools, the architecture to an incredibly fast, powerful experience. You will not find this anywhere else out there. And together with Qualcomm, we also redesigned the GPU and other pieces of silicon IP, which I want to say, but I'm not allowed to. And all that creates, I want to just get this, I want to hear this data point. It's an important one because it kind of grounds it. This product has 3 times more performance per watt than the Surface Pro 6. All right. What the heck does all that mean? Let me just tell you in plain terms. How about that? Better battery life, lighter, faster, unprecedented performance. That's what this category is all about. That's what you need in this product. Better battery life, faster, thinner, lighter, unprecedented performance. All while running the full power of Windows, full power of Office, the apps you love, Edge, and Chrome. It's a very powerful product. We're excited about it. Now, Surface Pro X is also the first Windows PC ever to have an integrated AI engine. Now, the team is pretty excited about these possibilities. And so I want to show you an example of what would you do with an AI engine in a PC. This hasn't been done before. What does it mean? What is the intelligent edge? Where does it connect? Let's talk about people. So of all the things I'm going to tell you about performance today, which pretty much that's what we say a lot, probably the most powerful thing you will hear today is the power of human connection. That, fundamentally, is powerful. Now, it turns out, eye contact, that's one of the drivers of human connection. Now, your face has a language all its own. You ever been looking at somebody and they look down at their watch? Or you're looking at somebody, look down at their phone, but you were just looking them in the eyes, and that disconnect, have you been there? Me too. It happens a lot to me, as it turns out. It's happening right now. I can point at 4 or 5 of you. It tells me I should probably speed up. There's a lot of information you can get when you're making eye contact, and there's a lot of information you can get when you're not. So when somebody gives you their eyes, you can really feel that connection. But when they don't, you can feel that too. Now today, when you look at your screen and you make a call, a video call, or use a webcam, that's what happens. You're looking at your screen. And so when you're looking across the ocean at each other, or across state, or in different conference rooms, or in different parts of the house, depending on, that happens to me, believe it or not, you're not looking each other in the eyes. So how do we get to that point where we can connect even deeper, where we can have that conversation, where we can co-engineer products deeper, where we can work together as humans and continue to push things forward? Okay, take a look at this video. This is Stevie. He's got a massive head in this picture. I'm sorry, we tried to make it smaller. He's on Teams. You can't make it smaller because his brain's in the way, basically. But Stevie's brilliant. Now watch this line, watch his eyes. He's looking at the screen now. Now watch as the line crosses. Look how his eyes subtly, ever so subtly come up, and now he's looking right at your eyes. Yeah. It's super subtle. But Stevie, he talks more than me, believe it or not, and he will talk for a while here. But here's the deal. When you see that demo, normally that demo on a regular PC, on a Surface even, or a discrete GPU, it would pull about 15 watts from the product, which basically means your product slows down, you can't do much else. That's why it doesn't happen today. But with the new SQ1 chip and the work with Qualcomm and the incredible engineering, that small moment that usually pushes 15 watts off your GPU uses 50 times less power and doesn't even touch the GPU, which means if you're using Microsoft Teams and you're on a call and you're pushing PowerPoint and you're trying to understand things, you can still stay connected just like we are right now as I look at you and you look at me. That's powerful. This is the example of power on the intelligent edge. When it comes down to it, when we can compute through the cloud and also connect as humans, it's a pretty powerful scenario. What'd you think? It's pretty cool. Okay, here you go. Let me just get to this because it's absolutely my favorite feature. Watch this, if you can get this. Holly, take this shot right here. Do you see this? I'm gonna open the type cover and I'm gonna pull out the pen that's stored right in it. This is the Surface Slim Pen. Now what did I do? I just pulled out a pen that's constantly recharging, that's always there for you, and if you want to be in your flow, the minute I pull it out, if you look here on the screen, the whiteboard app opens. This is incredible work by the Windows team, by the Shell team. Right when I pull the pen out, what you end up seeing is, you want to full screen snip this page, you want to get into your notes, what was your thought, how do you write it down? I write every night at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. every night, maybe 3, Mary, we argue about this, but fundamentally, I do write, and that's how I create, and that's where I do my creating and thoughts. That is my piano moment. For sure. And now with Surface Pro X, I just pull the pen out right there. I start writing. I don't have to look for it. It's there forever. I put it in. Once I put it in, it finds its spot. It starts charging. I close it. I take it with me. It is a very, very, very powerful scenario. What do you think? That cool? Like, that's a scenario. Look, I know it's small. I know it's small, but sometimes the smallest things have the biggest impact. And this is one where, you know, when I was a kid, we talk about this analogy, Rolf and I all the time in the lab, we put analogies to every product. So in the inside of product making, the way we talked about this was pretty simple. You have a pencil pouch when you were a kid. Do you remember that? Or a pen pouch? You do, right? Oh my gosh, yeah, sorry. So I'll explain the sorry later. There's a 3-ring binder. Do you remember those? Yeah, I don't think they exist anymore. But there's a 3-ring binder, and then there's this pencil pouch, and you would unzip it when your teacher told you to get something out, and you take the, oh my gosh, it's so nostalgic. And so when you can get back to that, just like this, you know what this is? That's that pen case or pencil pouch when you were a kid, and you need your pen, it's right there for you. It's pretty powerful. Now, the other thing about the type cover that's important is the typing. It turns out that typing on a product like this matters. It also turns out that pointing on a product like this matters. If you want to be productive on a 2-in-1, you need a mouse. I know, again, I said that for the laptop. It just also happens to be true for the 2-in-1. We're pretty proud of this product. Now, Surface Pro X is a super powerful product. We got that. The GPU pushes over 2 teraflops, and that's incredible work with that custom design with the Qualcomm team. It's combined with LTE, it has this fantastic screen, and it has an incredible pen experience. Robin talked about the pen experience, but the new pen even drives it further. Better latency, better tilt, 4,096 points of pressure, all of that's real. And the best way to bring it together is by showing you the app that maybe you're going to go create on yourself. An app that I'm inspired by and a company that inspires me. Scott Belsky, who's a great friend of mine and the chief product officer over at Adobe, would like to come out here and show you the newest edition of their Creative Cloud for Surface Pro X. Scott?
Thanks, Manos. Thank you. Wow. So I'm very happy to be here on behalf of Adobe at this exciting Surface event. Surface is an important platform for Creative Cloud and will become even more important in the future, largely because creativity has never been more important. As artificial intelligence and machines take over so many mundane, everyday tasks and even jobs, creativity becomes essential. More and more, we won't be judged on how quickly we can complete tasks. Rather, we'll succeed with our ideas and our ability to present these ideas in compelling and creative ways. Creativity is the most uniquely human trait there is, and it is how we will all make our mark. Now, as creativity becomes more important, it must not be constrained to the desktop. People need to create where and when inspiration strikes, on the plane, during their commute, in bed late at night, wherever it is. And that's why we're reimagining many of our flagship Creative Cloud products to extend them from the desktop to mobile platforms like the Surface. These devices are perfect for creating on the go. They are slim, they're always connected, fast, and we've worked closely with Microsoft to make pen and touch a natural and expressive way to create on the Surface. We know that millions of our customers use Creative Cloud on Windows, and more than half of Surface Book customers today are Creative Cloud customers. So we're excited and committed to doing the work to bring much of Creative Cloud to the Surface platform. Now, we want to show you one of the first great creative tools optimized for the Surface, Adobe Fresco, our new painting and drawing app. As you'll see, Fresco recreates the feeling of painting and drawing with natural materials, especially with our live brushes that reproduce the behavior, the actual behavior of oil and watercolor paints. So please welcome my colleague Jinjin Sun, who will demonstrate Adobe Fresco.
Hi, I'm Jinjin. I'm an illustrator and a senior experience designer at Adobe, and I'm so excited to show you Adobe Fresco on the Surface Pro X. Today, I'm going to be drawing a quick portrait of a woman in profile. So I'll just come over here and get set up. And I'm ready to start sketching. So I'm going to start by just blocking in a sketch, getting the rough shapes in there. And then I'll refine the silhouette, get the nose, lips, and eye. And I think I'm ready for line work now. So I will lighten this and go in with lines. So for the lines, I'm going to use Fresco's vector brushes, which are really nice for lines because they remain super crisp and clear, no matter how far you're zoomed in or out. They're also responsive to pressure, which creates a really nice, natural feeling line. So I'll get the lips here, the eye, eyebrow, get the shoulder and the hair. Great, so I don't need my sketch anymore. It's time for color. And I think I'll start with the lips. So I'll make sure the pencil brush is selected, and I'll pick a pink. And I'll just start coloring in there. You can see I've gone outside the lines. I need to clean that up, so I'll zoom in. You can see those vector lines stay super crisp, even at 400%. And all I need to do is turn this pen around and use the back of it to just start erasing, just like with a real pencil. That's done, and I can add some more shading. So I think I will add some teal eyeshadow here, again with the pencil brush. And this pen, when I'm using the tip, I get a nice, fine, sharp line. But if I lay the pen on its side and use light pressure, I can get this nice, blended, soft effect, just like with a real pencil again. So I'll just finish, add a little bit more shading. Maybe a bit of highlight in yellow. And then go to another one of our pixel brushes for maybe some more texture. So I think I'll try the block stain here, use some pink, get that in, and then use dark blue for the shirt. So for the hair, I'd like to use our live oil brushes. These are really exciting because they blend just like real oils. So I'll just start by laying in some of that dark blue, and then I will add green. So with that in, you can see we get a really beautiful blending and smearing, just like with real oils. I love doing this. It's so much fun. So I'll finish out with some yellow. The highlight in there. And to close this out, I'll just round out the background with some texture. So I'll go back to my trusty pixel brushes, choose a spatter texture, and just start going in to round out that background. And all that's left is to sign it. So I'll go ahead, put my signature on that, and just finish out. And there we go.
Thank you, Jinjin, huh? That's awesome. Thanks again, Jinjin. All right. It's amazing to see technology like that with algorithms that took years to develop to determine how these oils and watercolors behave into a demo like that. It's awesome. So Fresco is powerful enough for creative professionals, but it's accessible to everyone, kids, adults, the creator, and all of us. We are really excited to say that Fresco will launch on the Surface very soon. A number of other Creative Cloud applications are already available throughout the Surface platform. So Acrobat, Adobe Acrobat, and Acrobat Reader, and we're working hard to bring other key parts of Creative Cloud to the Surface Pro X as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thanks, man. That was great.
Of course.
All right. That was incredible, right? I mean, that is talent. Holy cow, talking about getting in your flow. That was amazing. That was cool. That was cool. All right. Surface Pro X is going to be available early November. You can pre-order it right now. I suggest if you want it, you should probably pre-order it. So get on that. Now, here are all the products you saw today. Surface laptop, 13-inch with fabric and metal. Surface laptop, 15-inch with AMD and Intel. You saw those come together. Surface Pro 7 and its powerhouse. You saw the new Surface earbuds, which I'm so proud of, and the way they connect in that translation feature for me when I speak with my father. It's going to be magical. You also saw Surface Pro X. We're pretty proud of this lineup. It's our largest lineup we've ever shipped. We believe this helps this symphony forward. What did you think of this lineup?